Welcome to the Yukon and North 61. Trying out my new microphone today. Pretty fancy. It's even got a windsock on it. So we'll see how this works. We're going to talk today about mountain rifles because I'm about to go caribou and sheep hunting. So I've been working like crazy to lose weight and get fitter. Got to see how I did. This my final exam is coming up. So here's 4 choices. So what are some of the similarities of these choices? 1, reliability and toughness. So these are all bolt guns. They're all stainless. And they're stainless for a reason. You don't have time to look after your stuff. So you got to have something that'll take a little bit of abuse, and these rifles will take a little bit of abuse. Now about that, one of the things I found out is here's my Forbes. This is a fine rifle. This is a Forbes 24B, full-length stocked, full-length bedded, rather. And it's got a carbon fiber stock, so it's really, really light. This is a 5 3/4 pound rifle without the scope. With the scope, it's about 6 3/4 pounds, and 6.5 pounds maybe. I dropped this and hit a rock, and it cracked, and the crack went right through. It's on the other side. The crack went right through, and it influenced the bedding. So I went from a 3/4 MOA rifle to a 1 1/4 MOA rifle, and I shoot it enough that I knew there was a difference. So it's taken me a while to rebed it, and this was my group today. That's with 150 AccuBonds and H4350, which seems to hit the sweet spot with that rifle. And it's back. Okay, I worked on the bedding of the Forbes. There's 3 shots, the last 3 shots from a barrel that has got the oil out of it. So now I've got a decision to make. What do you think about that? But it took me a while. These plastic stock rifles are a little heavier, these 2 Tikas. But if they hit a rock, that stock just bends. And they're free-floated as well. No, these aren't free-floated, but the stock will bend. These actually do have a bedding point. The Weatherby is free-floated, and it's a carbon fiber rifle. So I learned I have to be a little more careful with these Forbes because you can change the point of impact when you hit the stock. Now you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't drop your rifle on a rock. Sometimes that sort of stuff happens. But that toughness is important. So that's one thing. So the other thing is lightweight. So these rifles, as scoped with the tele rings, aluminum rings, high strength rings, don't over torque these, and they're really strong. Use a torque wrench. People complain about them being, stripping them. Only strip them if you abuse them. So use these to their tolerance, and they're really good rings, these aluminum rings. So this rifle is 5 pounds, 12 ounces. Amazing, with the scope. And that's a 3-9 Leopold 2. This rifle, this Forbes, is 6 pounds, 9 ounces with the razor scope. And I'm rounding up. This rifle is 7 pounds even, this Tika, with the 2.5 to 8 power, a Very X3. And this rifle with another one of those razor 1-inch scopes when they made them, a 2 to 10, is a 7mm Rem mag, and that's 7 pounds, 7 ounces. So it's 7 ounces heavier than this, which is about 7 ounces heavier than this, which is about 12 ounces heavier than this. So that's the range. All of these rifles are carryable, but once you handle a rifle that weighs less than 6 pounds scoped, man, it's hard to go back. That's a nice scope. You got to add a few things to them. You're going to add probably your strap. That's going to add about 3 ounces. You're going to add your ammunition. The other thing I guess I could say about these rifles, this holds 4 rounds, 3 rounds, 5 rounds, 4 rounds. I really like 4 rounds or 5 rounds better, especially when you're in grizzly country. But even when you're just hunting, it's nice to have a 4-round magazine. So that's really handy. It allows you to carry more ammunition in the rifle. So that lightweight's important. The toughness is important. The trajectory is important. The 280 AI has a very, very good trajectory quite a bit better than a 30-06 because you're shooting bullets about the same weight, about the same speed, but these bullets are of a higher ballistic coefficient. And you're often using a lighter bullet, so it's going faster. So that matters less today because you got these great reticles. All of these have a great reticle. And I have a laser rangefinder, so you know your range, so you can adjust for your trajectory pretty easily today. But it's still better to have a better trajectory. However, the 30-06 allows you to shoot 220 grain bullets. I think the 30-06 is the upper limit for recoil for a really lightweight rifle. They're very easy to shoot. I don't need them braked, although it would be nice to have them braked. That recoil is another factor that you've got to, goes with lightweight. The lighter weight, the more recoil you have. So a 30-06 is a really good maximum minimum kind of thing. It's a really well balanced cartridge. That's why I've got two of them here. I love both of these. And I love this one because it's compact. And even though it's a little heavier, it's a 5-round clip. If you're going through a lot of bushbuck, this 22-inch barrel is very handy to have. It's a little bit easier, especially when you get these long barrels with a brake. You basically have the equivalent of a 26-inch barrel. You got 4 more inches of rifle, and it's all above your head when you have it on your pack. So that's really a handy thing. If I'm going through heavy bush, I take this rifle, or sometimes this 30-06 here. Now that it's back to shooting. Scopes. I do not believe in these 30-ounce scopes. I don't understand why you'd buy a light rifle and then get a 30-ounce scope on it. I also like to have a low power setting. So this is a 3-9 Vari X2 with a long range reticle. I have that at 3 power all the time. Why? Grizzly bears. This is a 1.5 to 8 Razor with a great ballistic reticle. I have that set at 1.5 all the time. Why? Grizzly bears. This is a 2.5 to 8 Leopold 2 with a Boone and Crockett reticle. Great reticle. Have that at 2.5. Why? Grizzly bears. 2 to 10 Razor. Why? Grizzly bears. I also have this little thing on this, which is a level. Because I'm shooting this at 600 yards sometimes. I really like that level. It makes you shoot a little better. I also have this thing for a Spartan bipod, which I don't have on the rest because I only use that on this rifle. I use the bipods with the other guys. They're all precise. They're all sub MOA. This rifle is MOA again. Did I show that group?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty nice when they're all in one hole. It was nice getting this back. I had to use really goopy epoxy to get that so that I could get just the front bedded without changing the rest of the bedding. So that's bedded like it was originally, and it's shooting like it was originally. I even had to reset the scope back to where it was. This exact same setting with the factory bedding. None of these scopes are available anymore because when they make something great, they stop making it. And for whatever reason, now everybody wants the 30-ounce scopes. You can get all these 30 millimeter, 30-ounce scopes that go up to 25 power and down to 6.5 or 10. For me, they're useless. Some people love them. Some people use them instead of a spotting scope. I just don't see it. I see these as fit to the gun. So that's a little bit about my mountain rifles. Which one am I taking? If I'm going through a lot of buckbrush, I'm taking this rifle. I can also get it scratched up and it doesn't matter. It's just a factory guy, 5-round magazine, loaded up with 220 grain Nosler partitions, and pretty good for grizzly bear. And if it's not, I'm going to take this rifle simply because it's the lightest. And all other things being equal, go light. 280 AI, they say it's within 100 feet per second of a 7mm rem mag. I can only get within about a 150. I still find the 7mm rem mag loaded to the same pressure is more gun. Not a lot more gun, but a bit more gun. So I like having all of these. And beware the man with one gun, but that's pretty boring, so I got 4. So thanks for watching. We'll take you with us when we go sheep caribou hunting season.